and old-fashioned clubs. Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
In Nebraska, we show up when friends need help. We check in on our neighbors. That's why it's important to know the warning signs of suicide. If you have a friend or neighbor who's withdrawn, stressed, agitated, or talks about suicide, find out how you can help. Call, text, or chat 988 for 24/7 support. You have the power to save a life. Paid for by the University of Nebraska Public Policy Center. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through May 27th is $1 off hamburger and hot dog buns, $1 off Plum Creek chicken wings, 15% off barbecue sauces, and 15% off burgers, hot dogs, and brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Summertime is here. It's time to get to Brown's Shoe Fit for their May sandal sale. From now through May 31st, get $15 off all regular price sandals. Whether it's for hiking, for the lake, or just everyday sandals, Brown's has you covered. And don't forget, Brown's carries a large arrangement of sizes and widths to fit your feet properly. Start your summer off right with the May sandal sale at Brown's Shoe Fit, just south of 66th and Q in Lincoln.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not two? Instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome into the Fitness Fanatics. It is Sunday, May 25th, Memorial Day weekend, and a nice little gloomy, rainy day here in Lincoln, Nebraska, which Nicole said she can't really complain about the weather because she likes it cooler.
I do.
Also didn't want a mic this morning, apparently.
I didn't have the mic. Something felt weird. My brain wasn't letting me it in yet. Okay.
But anyway.
No,
yeah.
I'm okay. Yes, I'm trying not to complain about this weather because it is almost the end of May. It could be really hot. So I'm trying to bank this in my memory for July and August when I hate everything about being outside.
Kind of like it. It's like I'm taking
I don't
vacation
hate
in
it.
Seattle or something.
Well,
Yeah.
and right now your air's not
Don't hate
on,
it.
your heat's not on, so we're saving money
And
right
the
now.
bugs hate it.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
maybe. Once
confusing
it
to the
heats up and
bugs.
it gets stagnant water, then they'll love it. But right now it's nice.
Yeah. So I'm not complaining. I'm really not.
It's just we have a
Which is
100-mile bike ride to go on in 4 weeks from yesterday, and there's really we can't go out on the weekend. Like the weekends are the one day we can go on a long ride. So we're like, well, maybe we'll like our class schedule tomorrow at the gym. We only have morning classes, so
Well, that's not true. We have a 12:15 p.m. class.
yeah, 12:15 p.m. class, but mostly all morning classes. So
Yeah.
we thought, well, let's go on a long ride tomorrow. No, it's gonna be raining.
I know.
Why can't you go anyways?
You don't want to go on a
What?
bike ride in the rain.
It's raining.
If you're on concrete, it's fine.
Oh yeah, but you're also riding a bike 15 to 20 miles per hour
On thin tires.
in the rain, pelting you.
Yeah, no.
I did see a video of this lady
Not
doing a
the same.
triathlon and she hydroplaned and wiped
I
out.
saw that
See?
too.
Yeah,
Oh, that
gear,
looked rough.
the gear they're wearing, like the aerodynamic stuff. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
that looks pretty rough. I felt bad.
So no, but we do. The thing is, we have bike trainers, which is what you can put your back wheel on a
Oh, like a
specific
stationary
thing. Yeah, make your bike a stationary bike. We have those. We just need to get them out and get our bikes on them. Then we can. Jeff is very poo-pooing this because he thinks he can just do it, even though we've only gone on 2 bike rides to train for this.
I can ride 100 miles. No problem.
But there's a lot you have to like condition, like holding yourself up. It hurts my shoulders. Like,
Well,
gotta
that's
get your
you. I'm fine.
hands, your heel
I'm fine.
might flare up.
No, I'm fine.
Anyway, so but I was going to tell you, Jeff, the good news is if we get the bike trainers out, we put them in the living room and we can watch something on TV and ride our bikes.
Oh, that should be fun.
Yeah. See?
Pedal and watch baseball or
Make
softball.
the time go by
It'd be
really fast.
fun.
Well, funner than not being prepared for a 100-mile bike ride.
Maybe we'll do that.
I know. I think that's a good selling point that I hadn't pushed to you yet.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of boring out there just on your bike. Can't really talk, or I mean we do kind of.
Yeah, unless it's busy.
But I'll tell you what, we went on a ride a couple weeks, like not maybe a week and a half ago, and if we would have been on the show this past Sunday, it would have been something I was really complaining about. So this is a public service announcement to everybody out there.
Oh, you're gonna
who
make
is-
people mad because people who don't ride bikes don't care about bike riders
Okay,
when they're in their car. Just
but like
False.
people that pull that part that are just be aware
Yeah.
of people riding bikes, because multiple times we're just like, okay, is this person going? Like they just pull right up, don't even know what's going on
into the
out there.
crosswalk, which I would say I probably pull into a crosswalk too sometimes. So we were riding down O Street, and
84th.
84th. And in our defense, 84th Street is technically a bike path. There's the
Mhm.
side of 84th Street is super wide and it is part of a bike path.
Mhm.
We know that it's a busy street.
Yeah, I've
I'm-
seen people on there.
Right. There's
biking.
businesses that people are pulling in and out of the whole time, which is fine. And honestly, I don't mind waiting for cars, like if we have the light or whatever. But, I understand you're in your car and you might see, oh, I have an opening after this car goes. So you pull up, that car goes, and then you go. But if you are remotely looking around at all and you see 2 bike riders coming, maybe you don't pull into the crosswalk because technically we have the right of way because we're going with the traffic that you're having to yield to.
Mhm.
So that was the biggest thing.
It was just kind of annoying.
You never know. And I on the air of caution, and Jeff is like, let's just go. So that also causes problems because I'm slowing down while you're speeding up.
I'm always like, don't hit me
That's
as I'm
not
crossing.
gonna work.
That's all right. Like bikers and drivers
not gonna work.
just need to shake hands and agree to
And we don't
follow the rules more.
I know,
Because
and
it goes
we-
both ways with
it
bikers
does.
too. Sometimes surprising, and then
It can.
sometimes drivers just
And-
totally
and
not
we-
paying attention.
And we slow down. Like we're just not zipping through. Like
You
we're
can't
very
because-
conscious of like, okay, is there somebody coming? So we slow down. Like there was one time last year, this lady literally would have ran into me if I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention. She's
Yes.
just on her phone, stopping. I was like, she gonna stop? She gonna stop?
She was slowing
just-
down, but like she would have hit you.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
And I just stopped and waved at her.
I know.
Like,
Probably
hey,
didn't see it.
And I don't think she even saw. And we are not, even though bikers do have the right to share the road with cars, we don't ride on the road.
no.
I don't want to be that person. So we do stay on the wider sidewalks because also walkers hate bike riders too. Walkers hate it when bike riders are on the sidewalk, and cars hate it when bikes are on the road.
Yeah, bike
So-
city infrastructure is just
It's not
Lincoln.
great.
It's actually better than most, which is
I don't
saying
know
a
about
lot.
that. It's
I mean, I
not
could be
very
wrong.
conducive to like actually riding your bike because you have to stop a lot.
I just don't see very many cities with good bike trails
I don't know.
altogether.
Lincoln could be
Well,
better.
anyway, so this is my little beef. So just pay attention, right? You don't want to end
should
up
always
hitting
be paying
somebody,
attention.
right? So, I mean, I don't want you to hit me when I'm on my bike. But anyway,
Mhm.
all right. So it's been 2 weeks since we've been in here. So a lot has happened over the last 2 weeks. One, our guests were awesome last week. We had the head coach of Lincoln Southwest girls soccer team and the two captains, and they won the state
Mhm.
championship. Now, had they not won last year, I could have said maybe it was because they were on our show,
Yeah.
which is why they won. But they did win, so they won the girls soccer championship, and then the boys from Lincoln East won the baseball championship. So a
Yep.
couple.
There's
couple-
probably other ones too. So like if there's something, just comment and we'll shout it out. But we just know because Ben goes to East and Crystal and Kelly were on the show last week with Southwest.
Yeah, that's why we
Soccer.
know.
Right,
We're not
so-
really in tune with like all of the LPS schools, like what they're doing
Right.
in all the different sports. So
Did Ben go to the game? That was an epic finish.
no, he
No.
worked,
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He
a
had
bummer.
a
He had
big
to work.
long day at work. So
but
no.
he saw the end of the game. So when he got home, it was like in the bottom of the seventh or whatever. So and then he was telling me all about it. But so that was going on. We had Nicole's birthday was Thursday.
Yep.
Oh, happy belated.
Thanks.
So I don't know if you want me to say your
Trying.
age
I don't
on the air.
care.
She's 45 years old.
45. Now it's my turn to make the colonoscopy appointment.
Yes.
Oh,
I got mine done, and now it's your turn when you get to that age. So she'll be getting that done. But at least we know what to expect and where to go and who takes new patients. And so I
Yep.
kind of took that all through. So it's her birthday Thursday. Friday, we moved our daughter out of our house into her own apartment.
Yep.
So that's-
exciting.
Yeah, that was exciting for me. I don't know about Nicole. She's kind of
You are
Little
being
sad.
so much more like I'm trying to act natural and you are constantly throwing it in my face. Like I think you want to make me cry, but I don't cry, so I'm not going to.
well.
But I think you're trying really hard. Like you're all Thursday night. Oh, it's the last time.
No,
We're
last
gonna
night at home.
say-
She live in Lincoln?
Yeah.
Yes,
Just
she
a
moved a mile away.
just a mile down the street.
I know,
Oh, yeah,
I
you
know.
don't get to cry.
Right.
But
But it's just sad. I see her more than I see Ben. She's the only other girl in the house. And so then we were leaving the other big news in our lives. Ben graduated from East yesterday. It was a gauntlet of 3 days. And we literally take our family picture. We step away and we're walking to the car. And Ben and Jeff are immediately talking about Nebraska baseball. Immediately.
Sports.
Katie and I are in front of them, and I'm like, this is my life now. Look what you did. She's like, I know, I feel bad.
Well, that's the life. Yes,
know.
just the guys now.
Right. So
And like I
I'm
said,
sad. I'm gonna
Some might
miss
call
her.
it golden age.
I miss her. I'm gonna miss her, but I'm really happy for her. I'm proud of her. She's really happy with where she is, and
Yep.
I can't beg it. I can't. It's not about me. It's about her.
Some
so.
good parenting moments.
Yeah.
Like we're not done being parents, obviously, but we got both our kids through high
It just
school.
felt like a lot in
That is a
3
pretty
days.
busy
It
weekend.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
3 days.
Graduation and move out.
Yep.
Yes.
And then today we got a couple Husker events going on. We got the softball team playing Tennessee in winner take all at 1 p.m. I know Harrison botched that on the last show.
I said
Hmm.
3.
1 p.m. Central, and that's on ESPN or ESPN2. And then at 2 p.m., the baseball team plays UCLA with a trip to the NCAA tournament on the line. So they're going for back-to-back championships. And one of the good things, well, I was actually kind of cheering for Iowa to win yesterday because I would rather have faced Iowa just because,
Yeah.
you know.
It would have been fun.
And I don't think
Omaha.
Iowa's all that great anyway. Like they're not even going to make the tournament as an at-large because they literally have no wins against anybody that's, I guess, like, we all know basketball like quad 1, quad 2. So just from like listening to some of the shows, like they don't have any quad 1 wins.
Yeah, they didn't do good in non-con at all.
Yeah,
And
they
the
swept
Big
by
Ten isn't
Oregon.
Good enough to.
Yeah,
They did good in the Big Ten, but not good enough to get yourself.
but they did good in the Big Ten because they didn't play UCLA, USC, like didn't play the top teams in the conference until they played Oregon. What happened? Swept. They could have won the Big Ten championship for the first time since 1990. And they get swept. It was funny because one of my friends, this is turned into a Bash Iowa segment, but one of my friends was texting me that like, oh, it could be the first. And this is what we do when there's no football. Like we're digging deep. We're into fencing. We're into, I mean,
rifling.
We're anything that
Last
Nebraska
night,
wins.
you had already gone to bed, and Ben was like, man, I really need football to be back.
No, it's just. But so he texted me like, oh, they haven't won since 1990. And I was hearing like their schedule was so bad. And I texted him back and I was like, this is another fraudulent Big Ten West champion that's going to get shut out in the Big Ten championship game. And then the first game against Oregon, they got 10 run ruled on their home field.
That's brutal.
And swept right out of there. So I would have rather have played them today because that would have been more fun for the fans. And I think they're not as good as UCLA. I mean, obviously UCLA handled them pretty well. So, but that game is at 2. So a lot going on, and I'm happy that these games are early so I can watch them all.
I know. I'm excited. I'm excited for this afternoon. I don't know if the Memorial Day, everybody enjoy your Memorial Day tomorrow. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I was not expecting to be able to watch Husker baseball this late.
Yeah.
I really wasn't. It was looking pretty bad for a while.
They were trying real hard not to be playing right now for a little bit.
Yeah. Well, and they had some pitcher, like obviously you had Zimmerman, the freak injury, the one hop off the mound, just like straight and just destroyed his face. Eventually got him back. And why am I blanking on their best pitcher who went out?
Yeah, I don't know who. This
is where Nick Sainer and Austin Norman are the baseball guys.
Sure.
Those guys are fantastic. But,
yeah.
They are literally professionals.
But it just was one of those where, you're running some pitching trouble on the bats. The offense was not nearly as good as he thought it was going to be. And then later in the season, they finally start picking up. And this is just a lot more of the team I think people were expecting to see. It's finally healthy. I think I felt guilty of it too. I was just a little bit too down on this team early on. Not given that, injuries, some freak accidents, and then the offense was just off to a slow start. But, they found a way to bounce back. Big way.
Did you see like some of the Oregon fans were like complaining that they play it in Omaha? And then some Husker fans were like, trust me, we've been in the Big Ten since 2011 and nobody they're like, oh, the Big Ten's favoring Nebraska.
Yeah, right.
What?
No, that does not happen.
I don't know where Oregon's been for 14 years, but there's certainly no favoritism at all.
Yeah,
going the Husker way.
The Big Ten.
The reason you have in Omaha is because the stadium is beautiful, and actually fans in Nebraska actually will go to these games even if it's not Nebraska playing,
exactly.
Right?
Plus, it's central. It's a good central location, too.
Especially with the Pac-12 schools now. It makes even more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you don't want them to have to fly to West Lafayette or Ann Arbor or wherever. We're right in the middle of the conference, and so there'll be a good crowd. And you know what, Oregon? Boo-hoo.
Yeah, beat Nebraska. Guess what? The crowd evaporates.
Yeah, do better, right? Do better and win. Oh, Mason McConaughey. We got a text.
Oh, that's what. Thank you, Mason McConaughey. Yeah,
yep.
Early in the year he went out as well, and that was brutal because you get that, and then along with Zimmerman, and then that's kind of what it felt like the season was falling apart right in front of us.
Yeah, so a lot going on. The graduation last night. It was right. They graduated at 6, so it was right during both softball and baseball, and Wi-Fi and PBAs. I'm trying to pull up. We watched the graduation, and then when they're listing off 500 kids,
literally.
Right?
Oh yeah,
you're just waiting.
It was an hour and a half long. It was fine.
Waiting.
It was very well organized. It went fast.
Yeah, no, it did go fast, but there's downtime, right?
Time.
So I try to pull up YouTube TV. It's just, of course, I can just get the circle.
Yep.
So I'm trying to text somebody. Text isn't going out. But then as soon as I walked onto the concourse, just pulled right up. So I had to sneak off to the bathroom and.
Glad your mind was right for graduation.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm not the only person.
If Ben had been sitting, if it had been Katie's graduation and Ben was sitting in the crowd, he probably would have been doing the same thing.
Yeah, he would have been doing the
same thing. That'd be great. Somebody like, man, what do you remember about graduation? Ben's graduation. Nebraska won.
Well, we
absolutely.
Didn't. Well, yeah.
Now, do you remember anything about your graduation from high school?
Yeah, I mean, I remember it. It was pretty simple.
Normal.
40 kids in the class. So graduation, lickety split.
Do you remember because last night at the East graduation, the choir sang a song that I've never heard of.
Yeah.
It's called Flight Song. So I was asking Nicole if I remember a song that was played at Nicole's graduation. It was from Green Day, time of your, what's it called?
Yeah, that's what it
The
was.
time of your life. That's
Yeah.
not what the name
I
of the
know.
song is, but
Good riddance.
do you remember any song that was played? I mean, you graduated so
Yeah.
much earlier than we are, like in the last 10 years.
I'm blanking on it right now. It was
Mhm.
2018. It was a song by Group Love, actually,
Oh.
which is an older band.
2018.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the song was.
Mine was 1996. A long time ago. I don't remember. Next year's my 30-year class reunion, which I don't talk to anybody that I went to high school with. Not one person.
Yeah.
Seriously?
No. I'm friends with 2 people on Facebook.
Well, you talked to your sister.
I talked to my sister I went to high school with, but no. I try not to. I mean, you've heard my high school stories, right? Rudy. I mean, like,
And you didn't stay in your hometown. Like, you moved away from Waukee.
I
So you
never really
didn't-
lived in Waukee.
Well, I
anyway.
know, but you didn't stay in the area either. Like, if I had stayed in Carlisle, I would see people I graduated with in the community, but I don't.
Some that just never move away.
Yeah.
Like,
I
oh,
guess you
you're
don't
in
have
the
group
cases.
chats either. That really changed the game a lot.
Yeah, you're right.
Because I have group chats. And so all those just kept alive after high school. Like, even though that you have them now, are you going to text all your old classmates and be like, hey, guys, put you on a group chat so we have our class group chat now?
Right.
No, I haven't seen. I mean, gosh, I haven't seen anybody that I went to school with in probably 20 years.
Wow.
How big was your class?
It was about 95 kids.
Okay.
Now, Waukee now is like one of the biggest schools in the country. I mean, it's huge. There's so many people, but when I went there, it was just a small school. But I always thought it would be kind of fun because, like, I know it's going to be a surprise to you guys. I was kind of like a nerd in high school, right?
Mhm.
No, stop.
You weren't even a nerd. You were like a dork. Nerds are smart, right? Like, you
Yeah, I
weren't
wasn't
even
smart. Yeah, I was kind of dorky, you know,
Yeah.
just kind of like wear Husker stuff. I
Yeah.
wore an Hakeem Olajuwon jersey.
We did not go to the same high school, just to be very
I was
clear.
the gym MVP, right? During lunch, I played basketball. I mean, those types of things. So I always thought, oh, it'd be cool if I went back and I had Nicole around my arm. Like, yeah, check this out, right?
We would never have gotten together if we went to the same school.
Like Toby Keith's song.
No.
No, come on, that Hakeem Olajuwon
How do you like-
jersey,
No.
you've been like, that's
How do
so
you-
cool.
Yeah, how do you like me now, right? That little
We
song.
never would have. Mm-mm.
But no, 30 years next year for me. Oh, time flies.
Yep. I don't remember much about my graduation. We were talking about it before we came in. I think I sang, not solo, like in the choir. I think I sang a song, not Good Riddance, not the Green Day song, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I sang. I was in the choir, so I can't imagine I didn't sing, but I don't remember. But then I remembered before we got into the studio. I don't really remember our graduation because I was planning our wedding. We got married. The next month. So
I forgot about that.
moving on to
Like
bigger
4 weeks
and
later.
brighter things.
Bigger and
So,
brighter.
Yeah. And I graduated early. I graduated at semester. So like
So
I
did I.
wasn't dialed into the school anymore. I didn't live in the town. I lived with my dad. So I lived in Des Moines and our school was Carlisle. It was a small school. I didn't live in the town anymore. I graduated at semester.
Because you're planning a wedding.
Yeah.
And you didn't really like school. I didn't like school either. That's why I was
I
done.
did not like school.
Of course,
I did not like it. It was fine. But
so for me to graduate semester, I had to pass a final in advanced math. One test, and I was done with high school.
Yeah.
So how it worked back then, 30 years ago, we had first quarter, second quarter, semester final. So you had to pass 2 of the 3 to pass the course. Didn't even matter what, you could have got a D- and you passed. So I failed the first quarter, advanced math, passed the second quarter. So I had to pass the semester final. And I still remember calling the school to get my grade, and I got like a 40%. So I failed. It was my big test to be done. So I had to go. I was like, I am not going back for this whole second semester. So I was actually able to go to DMAC,
which is a community college.
and take one class. It was like basic math.
Mhm.
That's what I took. And like in one day, I went in there and took all 6 tests and got the credit I needed. I was just so close from graduating
And
there.
fun
semester.
fact, he kind of misrepresented that because this was about ish. So you graduated the year we started dating
Mhm.
that spring.
Yeah.
We started dating in the fall, that winter. And we went to the same church. That's how we met. But I didn't go to that church very regularly because it was my grandma's church. And my grandma wanted me to date Jeff real bad. And that was one of her selling points, was that he is not even graduated from high school and he's taking college classes at DMAC.
Look at that.
That's what she told me.
How's that twist?
I didn't get the full story until way later.
There was no college
What
class.
a zag.
It was
Shout out to the grandma.
It was.
I know. She
makes it sound like you're an Excel program.
Yes. But
like,
it was really
smart.
just,
On my way to college. No, I wasn't.
So distinctly remember her telling me that.
Then I just lounged around for months, and I had like 3 weeks left to get it done. And my dad just, you get your butt in there.
Well,
He was on me, and I went in and just took all the classes and passed it in one day, and I was done.
Oh my gosh.
But then I kind of regret graduating semester, and I may have told this before, but like in my school, in my particular class level, playing basketball with 30 kids would go out for basketball in my one grade. And obviously I wasn't good enough to play during the game. I had to play at halftime, but when I was a senior, all those kids that went out for basketball, freshmen, juniors, seniors, 5 kids went out for basketball. Everybody else that went out for basketball, they were too busy, drinking and partying as seniors, and they didn't want anything to do with it. Like, that could have been my chance to play varsity basketball because I was good. I just wasn't great. And I just squandered the opportunity.
That does suck a little bit.
I know, right? Looking back, like, and our basketball team was so good when
Did you not have played? Like, did you have to be?
Oh, you had to be in school. Yeah.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was not in sports, so that was at that point, so that was not a concern for me.
Yeah, like our
Graduating
basketball
early.
team was so good, JV. Like, we lost like 3 games in the 2 years, and then all those kids just, no, I'm not going out. And so, like, our starting 5 were seniors, but then everybody else were like sophomores because the junior class, none of them ever went out either. That's why I was playing on the freshman team when I was a sophomore. So that's just kind of how it was because they didn't have the numbers. But anyway, that's 30 years ago. I've moved on, as you can tell.
Yep.
So, all right, we're going to go to break. Stay with us here. We'll be right back. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
At Valentino's, we're on a mission for tradition. On every slice, for every bite. Golden baked crust, cooked to perfection every time. Savory sweet sauce that's made from our own secret recipe. Loaded with the perfect amount of fresh toppings and melty mozzarella cheese. It's the tradition that Nebraskans have come to love. From game day to every day. Valentino's. Taste the tradition.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
93.7 The Ticket is your home for every Kansas City Royals baseball game. Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and the rest of the Royals attempt to make the postseason for the 2nd season in a row. And you can hear all the action on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Your home for Kansas City Royals baseball.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through May 27th is $1 off hamburger and hot dog buns, $1 off Plum Creek chicken wings, 15% off barbecue sauces, and 15% off burgers, hot dogs, and brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
Are you buying a home? Westgate Bank understands that you need to make important decisions during your home buying journey. Our local lenders in Lincoln and Omaha make themselves available so you can get the information you need to know. Use our mobile mortgage app to manage your transaction from pre-qualification to closing, no matter where you are. Get the service and convenience you want from a local community bank where our interest is you. Learn more and visit us online at westgate.bank. Westgate Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with the child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. So our guest we had on a few weeks ago, John Kelly, he is getting ready to start his Appalachian Trail run tomorrow.
Today.
Oh, today. He's starting today.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So when he was on, we were talking about all the crazy things he's done, and so there's a lot of ways if you want to kind of track his progress. What's a couple ways that
He's his handle is Random Forest Runner on Facebook and Instagram, so you can follow him there. He has a whole production crew kind of following him along, like not like obviously doing the whole thing, but like catching up with him at certain checkpoints and stuff. So because he's also doing this to raise money for various
like
charities
hurricane
too.
victims, I believe,
Yeah.
in North Carolina.
Yeah. So yeah, if you just look up Random Forest Runner. He also did like I think he has a YouTube channel. I'm trying to look it up right now. I couldn't find it on YouTube, but I think he talked about it on his Facebook page. But he's trying to do the entire Appalachian Trail in 40 days, and that requires him to cover 100 kilometers a day.
So what is that in English?
I don't know.
100 kilometers. How many miles is that? We could do a quick little Google search on
62 miles a day for 40 days to hit that goal.
I don't even know if I'd like to drive 62 miles a day for 40 straight
That's
days.
what
Harrison,
everyone
do you,
says. Yeah.
like, doesn't that sound overwhelming?
No, we'll
to
take-
drive 62 miles a day. I drive like 10 miles a day.
I don't know.
And I'm
This
just
whole
like,
thing.
and I get irritated because of the traffic and
that's
all the
a
construction going on, and just you can't turn left here. And speaking, go ahead.
I wasn't going to say
Oh,
anything.
I was gonna say, speaking
I'm
of
still looking stuff
driving.
up.
So last week on early break, Bill Bush had his Bugaboo Tuesday, and he was talking about tailgating. I don't know if you heard this when he's talking about somebody was tailgating on Nebraska Parkway, and he was just infuriated about it.
Oh, I don't know if I did hear this.
Okay, so it was all about tailgating. So it was really funny and good. And then that later that day, I was driving down 70th, coming home from the Meadow Lane Gym, and I just across. I was almost between like A Street and St. Elizabeth Hospital, like right by Lincoln East. And all of a sudden, all these cars in front of me were at just a dead stop. And I was like, what is happening? Cars next on the other lane are going.
Remind me off of here to tell you something about that. Keep
Okay.
going.
So I'm looking ahead and I see it's like 4 cars in front of me. They're starting to get over into the right lane. I was like, oh, well, then maybe there's an accident or somebody just stranded, and all of a sudden I see a car going the wrong direction down 70th Street. Like this lady turned out of like the little medical plaza there.
Right.
And you can only turn right if you're going to go the right way.
She turned left.
She turned left and was
how
going.
do you do that on 70th? Because there's never not cars.
Yeah, she was like, going so slow, right? Everybody was stopped.
Well,
there was no
freaking out probably.
No head-on collision or anything. But when she like jumped, she got up onto the median, and two of her tires were on the median. So when I got up and passed her, I looked over, and it was just an elderly lady, and she looked like, "What in the F am I doing?"
She
right
looks
now?
like anyone would probably look
terrified.
Once you realized you were.
And I don't know what
going the wrong
happened to
way.
her. I was kind of paying attention to my rearview mirror, but I think she was trying to. She had a big SUV, so she could.
Man.
What
probably
does this
could
have
just
to do with John Kelly?
because we're talking about traffic.
Okay,
right?
you
Driving.
were talking about
driving
traffic.
for 60 miles a day.
Okay.
And how I don't
Sure,
like it,
sure.
and that's one of the reasons. Because people are crazy on the road. But
Anyway,
back
so
to
you
your-
can find
yes.
he does have a YouTube series too. It's not under him, but it's his Appalachian Trail speed record attempt with John Kelly. So if you just look that up, but also fun fact, because the record, he's trying to do it under 40 days. The current record is 40 days, 18 hours and 5 minutes. And it's actually the only person to complete it. And it's a woman, which is interesting.
Oh, so
I
he's
know.
trying to
Yes.
take away her glory. Huh?
Uh-huh. Yeah. But
Do you think he'll mention us by name on
I
his documentary?
don't think so.
Like the Fitness Fanatics. I was inspired by their show. Anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
You think he's forgotten about us? Already?
Probably. Yes.
It was just 3 weeks ago.
I know. It meant more to us than it did to him, which is fine. It's crazy. It's like over 2,000 miles in 40 days that he's trying to cover
Well,
in the Appalachian Trail.
And we
So-
know Brad
Mhm.
Coyne from Midwest Bank and Farrell's.
Yep.
He almost died doing one section.
I know.
So
He wasn't quite as prepared as John Kelly, though. But it's going to be, I will definitely be following along because I think it's really interesting to see. There's so many things that can happen in 40 days. Like just think about when our 10-weekers start, the 10-week program.
we're about on day 40 right now.
Yeah.
End
And
of week 6.
everyone starts anything. You start anything new and you're like, okay, this is it. Everything's going to change now. And then 2 weeks in, something happens, like a death in the family, or you get hurt, or you get sick, or
Mhm.
something happens. Like so many things can happen in 40 days. Like everything has to align perfectly.
Yep, his nutrition. He can't get injured. The
Sleep,
weather.
the weather is going to be a huge
I know. I'm
one.
excited. I'm excited. Maybe we'll.
And I think he's planning on trying to complete it anyway, right? Is that what he said? Like, even if it takes him longer, he wants to try to complete it.
Yeah, you have to complete it. You don't want to get. I'm
You don't have to.
100
You could
miles away
stop
and
and
be
then be
done.
like, well, I guess I'll try it again. But he said this is kind of his last chance
This is one shot
for a
to
long
do it.
time because his kids are getting older. But
So no, we
yeah,
can live vicariously through him.
someone crazier.
Maybe even
So-
inspire you to do something crazy.
not
Probably
that
not.
crazy.
Not as crazy. It is always nice
Scale
though,
it
when you
down a
see
little bit.
John Kelly, because it does remind you like how incredible humans are.
Yeah. How
yes.
there's
And
so
it's like,
many
wait
things.
a minute, yeah, we're not weak. Like there's guys out there doing this, and like you do think about like back in the day, humans were like we were the apex for a reason. We're
Right.
top of the food chain. Like we were. John Kelly's were out there back in the day chasing down,
They were-
lions for
Yeah.
or a gazelle for 40 days
For
until
food.
that gazelle passed out and they could just walk up on it. So
No kidding.
Hunting dinosaurs.
yeah, well,
The-
I don't know if we can get that game.
I know. You can also, so maybe he does start tomorrow, technically. I don't know. But if you go to his like Instagram or whatever, his link in bio, he has a link tree, and he will have like a real-time GPS tracker too, so you can look and see where he is. Like
What's the Linktree account?
Random Forest Runner.
Okay, Random Forest Runner.
Yeah,
It's pretty much that on everything as well.
Yeah.
On Instagram and on YouTube, even if you just type in Random Forest Runner,
Yeah.
it'll give you some John Kelly documentaries.
Yep. And so it shows like, so he starts Sunday, or he starts today, like maybe tonight. I don't know.
Yeah, just start
It says
tonight.
Sunday.
Go up 60
No, it
mile
says
run.
Sunday 6 o'clock.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we will.
It'll be interesting to kind of monitor that, and when you're like, oh, I just had a rough day.
Oh, he's
You
on
go to-
mile 88.
Oh, okay.
He's already
okay.
started.
Yeah.
He is?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
like when you're having
okay.
a bad day,
Oh,
you
yeah.
think your life's so hard. Just behind you.
I was like, am
He's
I
on mile
looking at
40
something
of
old?
65 today.
Yeah. It has it broken up too. Like the Georgia and 78 miles, the Great Smoky Mountain start is 168 miles. And then the highest point he'll reach at 200 miles. Hot Springs, North Carolina, 275 miles. It's pretty crazy. So,
Yeah.
but that's all. We just wanted to bring that back around because that's pretty cool. And, you know, we're famous adjacent because he came on the show. So,
Absolutely. Did you ever share his show on?
no, I haven't.
I mean,
Not
we
yet.
just missed out on
You don't miss
50,000
out. You
people.
can go
could have
back
done-
anytime on any podcast.
Yeah, but now
class-
we don't want to step on his toes and like
platform.
tag him like he's out on
No,
this
I'm
thing.
not going to tag
and we're
him
like,
on it.
hey, check this out.
No, he's not even on his social media. He said he's turned his social media over
Oh,
to his
well, maybe-
production company.
Maybe we could tag him then.
So-
He won't be. We don't want to bother him.
He just posted 3 days ago. This is the last post I will make myself before. Oh, it says on Sunday before starting. Read the whole sentence before starting the Appalachian Trail on Sunday.
Isn't that what you usually tell me?
Yeah, it is. It felt weird
Listen
saying
to
it
the whole
myself.
sentence.
Listen to all the words coming out of
Mhm.
my mouth. So this is his little blip on his Facebook, and then we'll go to break. This will be the last post I make myself before starting the Appalachian Trail on Sunday. I want to share the experience, the trail, the people, and communities that bring it to life, and the long recovery remaining for many of them after Hurricane Helene. The Appalachian Trail is so much more than just a long dirt path through the woods. So then he talks about his team that's going to be creating content and like following up and doing all that stuff. And then the fundraiser links are on there too. So follow along.
Now, if you're at all inspired about running, there's a 5K coming up
Here you go.
in Lincoln, Nebraska, starting
Not
at
quite
Memorial Stadium,
Forest Run.
ending at Memorial Stadium. It is the Husker Road Race. Okay, raising money for pediatric brain cancer research. We have a team out there, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. You can go to huskers.com, or you can just look up Husker 5K Road Race and join our team. We'd love to have you. We'd love to see you out there. That is on July 20th. I'm 100% positive.
Okay.
Because our summer challenge starts on July 12th. So it's the following Sunday, the end of week 1. So again, we're working on getting a couple Husker football players on, hopefully sometime in June to talk about it. That is kind of in the works right now. But if you want to join us, again, just go to huskers.com. Let's like /road race, $35 for the 5K. I believe it's $25.
Really cheap for a race too, especially for the atmosphere that you get.
Well, and again, the cool thing about this is you get to meet all the football players and get autographs and get signatures and shake their hands and take pictures. And, you know, Ben has the football that's autographed by Ty Robinson, who's now in the NFL.
Oh, that's right. That is going to be really cool.
Yes.
I mean, it is cool now. but-
Autographed by Dylan Raiola, Emmett Johnson. I mean, there's a lot of Jamal Banks, who's on the Ravens roster. So there's just a lot of.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So we might have to get another football and get more signatures from new players.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that is kind of cool. But so that's coming up. If you have any questions on that, you can let us know. Also, throughout the course of the day show, if you have any questions, health, fitness related, you can text us on the Starter Heyman text line at 402-464-5685.
We do have content planned for the show. It's not just random talking.
No, not just random talking. So what are we going to hit on at the top of the hour?
Well, we've kind of talked about this before, but it's just something that I feel like we need to talk about more in the health and fitness space. And it's just those common pitfalls and mistakes that people make when they want to try to get healthy, lose weight, focus on their wellness, improve their, blood markers, just those common mistakes that people make, because I've talked so much about how, that health and wellness space can be frustrating sometimes because everybody makes everything look so easy. And it's just kind of like helping people. You kind of come to the realization yourself, but helping people understand that like there is no magic pill. There is no magic program that you don't have to do any work and you're going to get all the results you've ever wanted. So we just wanted to kind of put that out there again, countering a lot of that toxic health and wellness messaging that is out there constantly,
quick fixes
all the time. So that's what we're going to talk about. So if anybody has any questions about any random nutrition, exercise, stuff like that, we'd love to address it, but we have stuff we'll talk about too.
Yep. And one of the,
because we've seen it all.
One of our favorite, and he's not really an influencer, he wouldn't call himself an influencer, Jordan Syed, who's been on our show before.
He is an influencer.
He had a great tweet that said, and I'll kind of bleep out the swear word in there. That says,
swear.
In 10 years, you won't care what you weighed on May 15th, 2025.
Well, 25th.
Right? Or May 25th.
Yeah.
You won't care. 10 years from now.
Right. You won't know.
You won't know. You won't care.
No.
You will care about your relationship with food. You will care about your physical and mental health. You will care about your ability to move. Focus on building healthy, sustainable habits, not trying to accelerate the process short term.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to talk about that here at the top of the hour. But right now we're going to hit go to break, and we'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Looking for a financial partner that truly makes a difference? Modern Woodman is a member-owned fraternal financial services organization. We can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement. We also offer member benefits, social activities, and volunteer opportunities to help your family and community.
I'm Sean Erickson, your Modern Woodman representative in Lincoln. Call me at 402-483-6515 to start the conversation.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
At Farm Bureau Financial Services, we strive to provide you with the right coverages for all your insurance needs by taking the time to meet with you and review what coverages best fit your needs. So whether you're in the market for home, auto, farm, business, life, or a combination of any of these coverages, we can help with making sure you, your family, or your business have the right coverage based on your individual needs. If you would like to review your insurance needs, please contact Ben Spurt with Farm Bureau Financial Services at 402-217-9945 or through email at ben.spurt@fbfs.com.
Became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you buying a home? Westgate Bank understands that you need to make important decisions during your home buying journey. Our local lenders in Lincoln and Omaha make themselves available so you can get the information you need to know. Use our mobile mortgage app to manage your transaction from pre-qualification to closing, no matter where you are. Get the service and convenience you want from a local community bank where our interest is you. Learn more and visit us online at westgate.bank. Westgate Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through May 27th is $1 off hamburger and hot dog buns, $1 off Plum Creek chicken wings, 15% off barbecue sauces, and 15% off burgers, hot dogs, and brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 160th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Keep summer green with Judson Baleen and Judson Irrigation. More than 40 years ago, Judson Irrigation started taking in orphans. Lawn sprinkler systems installed by a quickie, cheapy summer job, install 'em and forget 'em outfit long forgotten. Call Judson Irrigation. They'll never forget you.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
Midwest Bank is now hiring in Lincoln. They have multiple banking positions open and are looking for dynamic individuals passionate about helping others and building relationships. With a family-friendly culture, competitive benefits, and unique perks, Midwest Bank is a great place to start a new career. Apply today at midwest.bank. Midwest Bank is an equal opportunity employer, member FDIC.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Make plans to join 93.7 The Ticket and the Amon Green Foundation for the first annual Nebraska Esports Golf Tournament on Monday, June 9th at Wilderness Ridge. It's a 4-man scramble starting at 11 a.m. that will feature former Husker greats like Amon Green, Johnny Rogers, Niles Paul, Tony Davis, Adam Carricker, Vershawn Jackson, and more, with great prizes and great golf. Sponsorships are also available. Call or text us at 402-464-5685 with questions, or sign your team up online at theticketfm.com. Registration goes through May 30th.
Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back into the Fitness Fanatics. Just a short segment here. We do want to give a quick plug to our business, Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping. We're in week 7 of our spring.
Ready to start it?
10 week, getting ready to start week 7 tomorrow. Spring 10-week challenge. We did 5-week testing 2 weeks ago, but then we weren't on this past week, so we really didn't get a chance to talk about that or review it. But man, we had some amazing changes. And we're talking about, like Harrison, you're talking about how amazing the human body is and what we can do. And like with John Kelly going to run the Appalachian Trail, like just seeing our members, like we had one of our members, well, 2 of our members lost 14 pounds of fat. 2 weeks or 5 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
That was like
5 weeks.
I might have to investigate your
I was thinking,
program.
Like, wait a minute,
yeah,
Jeff.
I was thinking like
them?
Because it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was thinking we haven't been on for 2 weeks. So no, 14 pounds of fat in 5 weeks.
Yep.
It's just amazing. And you know, we're going to get into that in the next hour about kind of how they're doing it. And it's, you know, a little bit about our meal plan, what we teach at Farrell's. But, you know, when anybody's asking me about nutrition, we always say, well, this isn't we're not a short-term quick fix program. So if you're trying to lose the most weight possible in the next 10 weeks, this isn't for you. Like,
I mean, you can.
Yes, but we're not going to, that's not something we really teach.
No.
Or not teach, like we're not teach, but promote and, you know, tell our members, but
no, we don't have like different plans, like the quick lose weight fast plan or the sustainable plan, because everyone would do the lose weight fast plan and then they wouldn't keep it off. So
Chris's plan is just to make being healthy a habit.
Yes.
About
And and that's what we're going to talk about with the cardio and strength training and nutrition, kind of how they all work together, and the different things you can do. That's coming up in the next hour. But we are doing a Memorial Day weekend sale. So our summer challenge starts July 12th. program's normally $449 for the 10-week challenge, but we're doing a 40% off sale for this weekend. So you have until, well, the end of day tomorrow to get signed up for the summer challenge. So it'll be $269.40. So it's a really, really great deal. Again, starts July 12th. You can go to fxblincoln.com. You can send me a text message directly at 402
310
4026.
I thought that was like a quiz or something.
No, 402-310-4026.
Thought about it a little too long.
Well, I did. I almost forgot what my number was.
Oklahoma, Nebraska 96 came across his head.
No, I'm just
started mixing up his numbers.
Yeah.
I've been having some mental issues here in the last week. I've been noticing. So, but anyway, yeah. So
Let me get you some brain food.
If there's, if you're interested in doing that, I know we have a lot of listeners that maybe have never done ferals before.
You can sign up now. It doesn't start until July, but really it's funny because I just saw an Instagram reel about just like fitness instructors vibing with their one client in May, because May is such a busy time.
It is. That's busy.
Right.
Busy, yeah.
Like I think the transition from the school year into summer is the busiest time for families. And so I think, people talk about how historically January is a really busy time for gyms. Well, I think historically May is a very light time for gyms. We're doing a fit challenge right now that's getting our members in with our Mario Kart challenge. So we haven't quite seen that drop off as much.
No, our classes have been busy.
But it's true. So even though the session doesn't start until July, but really you sign up for it now, you've committed to doing something, and you have all that time to carve out that time, get through the transition from school to summer. And we do have options too. If you sign up for the 10 weeks and you want to start early, we can talk about that too. And we can give you options where you can kind of start, get your feet wet a little bit, get in there, start some new habits, and then everything starts July 12th.
Yeah, we have 4 people starting tomorrow on Memorial Day. Like they're not even like, no, I'm going to take the holiday off.
Yeah.
I'm going to start Tuesday. It's like, no, Monday. It doesn't matter if it's a holiday and I'm off. I'm coming at 5 a.m. I'm coming at 6 a.m. and we're going to start Monday. So we can really kind of meet you where you're at.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to wait till July, you can definitely start at any time. But again, just fxblincoln.com, or you can send me a text message if you have any questions, because all those inquiries go to me anyway. So
on the website.
Yeah, they all go directly to me, and I'll send you a text. So 402-310-4026. All right. Well, we'll throw it to break. When we come back, we will get into our subject for the day, talking the importance of cardio, the importance of strength training, the importance of nutrition, and how they all tie together. So stay with us on the 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. That does give us certain advantages, for example, in experience and resources. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. If you're a guy facing divorce, remember, Cordell & Cordell, a partner you can count on.
1221 N Street, Lincoln. CordellCordell.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through May 27th is $1 off hamburger and hot dog buns, $1 off Plum Creek chicken wings, 15% off barbecue sauces, and 15% off burgers, hot dogs, and brats. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, or 168th and Maple in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Into emergency surgery to repair the damage smoking did to my heart. It shocked everyone because they thought I was healthy, yet because I smoked, I had a severe heart condition that nearly killed me. My tip is, you may be able to hide your smoking from the world, but you can't hide from the damage smoking does to your body.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Spring sports are here and it's time to upgrade your equipment. But don't go rushing to your big box store. Play It Again Sports is your place to go for all spring sports equipment for baseball, softball, golf, and disc golf. Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And don't forget, buying from them is a great way to get new products with great discounts by also bringing in your used items for store credit or cash on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Play ball! Haymarket Park is buzzing with excitement this summer. Grab your crew and get in on the fun. Be sure to catch all the daily specials and promotions this season, like Thirsty Thursday, Fireworks Friday, Souvenir Saturday, Family Fun Day Sunday, plus special events and discounts all summer long. Don't miss out on the action as the Lincoln Salt Dogs take on their biggest rivals and knock the ball out of the park. Visit saltdogs.com and see this week's promotions and grab your tickets.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
When opportunity knocks, you don't want to miss the call. Hamilton Business Technologies makes communication easy and efficient using customized technology, all while putting people first. Whether you're working from the office, at home, or on the go, Hamilton Business Technologies equips your business with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. Hamilton Business Technologies. Real people, real technology solutions. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first one. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not two? Instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now here are your hosts, Jeff and Nicole Essink.
All right, welcome into hour number 2 of the Fitness Fanatics. Hour 2 is sponsored by Modern Woodmen of America. Founded in 1883, Modern Woodmen offers financial services and member benefits to individuals and families throughout the U.S. For more information, you can give Sean Erickson a call at 402-483-6515. Modern Woodmen of America, touching lives, securing futures. So big shout out to those guys over at Modern Woodmen. We appreciate all their support. Mm-hmm. All right, Nicole, let's get into some health and wellness subjects. We kind of want to divide this into 3 sections, right?
Sure.
We'll start with cardio, right? So let's talk a little cardio.
Well, I kind of sorry, didn't mean to cough right into the microphone, but kind of just want to talk about like tying in the importance of, so obviously we're going to say this because our program is cardio, strength
Right.
training, and nutrition. But if Farrell's didn't exist, but I still had the knowledge about fitness that I have now, I would still do a very similar program, a very similar balance of strength training, but still getting in some type of cardio, like doing both. Because I think so many times people do only focus on one or the other because it's what they like.
Mm-hmm.
And then they don't do the other thing. And you can do more of the thing that you like. Doesn't mean that the other thing's not important. So I think just talking about some of the common mistakes people make when you think that one thing is the answer. Like if you think, okay, I need to lose 10 pounds because I have a vacation coming up in 2 months and I want to lose 10 pounds. So I'm just going to add more cardio, which is probably something that people do quite frequently, you know.
Probably something I'll be doing this week.
Why this week? Oh, because we have a fit challenge.
And our weigh-ins are at the end of the week. Yes.
Yeah, the fit challenge ends this week. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong
Right.
with having like a short-term weight loss goal, but just realizing that like, this probably might not be as sustainable as you'd like. Like you're going to take 2 steps forward, but you're going to have to take 1 step back at some point too, if it's not sustainable, or if you're not willing to do what you do in this week to get down to your lowest weight by the end of the week. If you're not willing to do that forever, then you're not going to keep the results forever either. But I think some of the mistakes that people make when they try to focus solely on cardio to change their body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can start thinking of some too.
Some mistakes.
Yes, common mistakes people make.
Well, just overdoing it.
Yeah, overdoing
Let's
it's the
start.
first one. Like trying to do too much too soon. We see this a lot with our new 10-weekers too, because although our program, you know, you're constantly mixed in with people who've been doing the program for a long time. And sometimes that can be hard to be surrounded by people who know what they're doing and you don't. And it's hard to like, maybe not hold yourself back, but like go at your own pace.
Mhm.
And so I think that's a very common thing. People do it all the time when they run. They start a running program way too much too soon. You run, you're like, okay, it's nice. It's getting nice outside. I haven't ran all winter, but the last time I ran 5 miles and I felt great. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to go run 5 miles. And either you don't finish the 5 miles or like it just goes so bad that it takes you a week and a half to recover.
Mm-hmm.
And then you don't want to run again because that was terrible. So I think doing too much too soon is a big one. And when you're dealing with like group fitness like us, it's just allowing yourself to be a beginner, which we say to our members so often. Just allow yourself to be a beginner. Even if you're coming in to the program, any program with all the knowledge in the world. But if you haven't been practicing any of that knowledge, you have to take a step back and realize like, okay, yes, I know what I need to do. I know what I want to do, but aligning that with what you're actually able to do. At the same time.
And so, yes, we make mistakes. So why is when we're looking to change like the way we feel, the way we look, maybe lose some fat, why is cardio an important piece? I think is like we kind of get the misconception that yes, when we do cardio activities and we track things with our heart rate monitors and our Garmin's and all that stuff, you're going to burn more calories doing a cardio exercise than doing a strength training exercise. But besides the calories burn, like that's kind of what we focus on. What are some of the benefits of doing cardio exercises?
Like, you know, we tend to focus on that stuff, and that's the stuff we focus on kind of leads us to those common mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
We focus on trying to burn as many calories as possible. We focus on like trying to go as far as we can. But what you're missing is the true benefit of the cardio. And when you can zoom out instead of zooming in, zoom out and realize the cardio is, you're going to burn more calories when you're performing cardio. 45 minutes of a run is going to burn way more calories than 45 minutes of weightlifting. But really you're burning calorie or you're doing cardio for your heart health. That's the biggest one. You know, it's great for heart health. It's great for blood sugar regulation. All of those like internal reasons to do cardio, your cardio, like your heart health, but also lung capacity, stuff like that. That's the reason you should be focusing on cardio but we don't focus on it for that. We focus on it for the results. And then when the results don't come, then we just stop doing it. Don't you?
And our
What do you think?
heart is one of the most important muscles of our body.
I know.
Like
Cardio is so important for heart
Harrison,
health.
our leg. I mean, we could have the most amazing shoulders and triceps and biceps that just look like an Adonis, right? But if our heart's bad, that's not good.
It's not going to get you very far,
Right.
So that's why you have to. And like even professional athletes that have to focus on strength, they still focus on endurance also, because there's no, especially if you're a football player and you're, a linebacker, you have to have a little bit of stamina. What happens if you get a interception and then you can't run it in for a touchdown because you have no cardio? So they're not doing as much cardio,
Right.
obviously, but they're not only relying on their size. Some of them maybe, but for the most part,
Right.
they're not only relying on that strength.
Mhm.
So I think the biggest benefit of cardio, and cardio can be anything. Kickboxing is what we do for cardio in our program.
Yep.
But it could be running, it could be walking, bike riding. It's just the levels of intensity vary. Obviously, the intensity of a walk is not the same as an intensity of a run. You're not going to burn as many calories on a walk in the same amount of time as you are on a run. But varying that intensity, starting slow and ramping yourself up, is what's going to help you. But it's going to help, obviously, make your heart stronger. It's going to help with your blood pressure, all those cholesterol, blood sugar, huge impacts cardio has. And if you can just do it for that, if you can do it for the reasons that you can't physically see, but you're getting them, then that's going to help you do it, even though you're not maybe seeing the results as fast as you want.
Right. Getting nice out. Swimming is a good cardio exercise.
Yeah. Swimming is a sneaky cardio exercise. We all know, we've all saw how many calories Michael Phelps was eating, like 13,000 calories a day when he was training for the Olympics. And we all know this too. If we went swimming, there's that whole level of exhaustion that comes after a day of swimming, right? Because the water is sneaky. You're in the water.
Even if you've been out boating all day, right? You're just you're just so tired
right.
afterwards.
Yeah. Well, that I wouldn't say boating is the same thing as
Well,
swimming.
That might
you're
be
out.
the sun and the few Coors Lights you had on that.
Oh, okay, maybe that's right.
I think there is a little bit of probably more cardio, strength training than cardio if you're on a boat, because you do have to have core strength to be able to keep yourself up if you have some crazy boat driver that goes way too fast, which is why I don't like to be on boats. But anyway, so that is the common mistake of cardio, is people doing too much too soon, pairing cardio with super restrictive calories, because you're not giving your body any fuel to run on those.
That's kind of where you see injuries happen.
Yes.
When you're not fueling your body and eating kind of what you're supposed to, which we'll get into the nutrition here a little bit later.
Yeah.
Of the three aspects.
But the way that nutrition pairs with cardio, I think, is in your ability to perform in that cardio movement. There's a difference between what nutrition does for strength training. Nutrition for strength training supports your recovery from the strength training. Your nutrition with cardio supports your performance while you're doing the cardio. Depends on what you eat. My birthday was Thursday, and for some reason MyZone messed up, and it gave me credit. So I use a heart rate monitor called MyZone, and it graphs your heart rate during your workout. And MyZone gave me credit for the workout, but it didn't upload the graph correctly, so I don't have the actual proof to show it. But so my birthday was Thursday. I was teaching 7 a.m. kickboxing on Friday, and you, Jeffrey, were really trying to get me to eat ice cream for my birthday. You're just do you want me to pick up something?
It's birthday, right?
On the way home.
It's
You
one of
kept
those
asking
days.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those days. It's an exception, right?
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
There's not. But I had a really busy day. So I maybe if I hadn't had a busy day, maybe we would have gone out to lunch or something and I would have indulged but I didn't have time to do that. So I was on track on my nutrition all day long just because I was busy. And I know for myself that if I eat ice cream after 3, really, it's going to affect my sleep. Like it's 100% going to affect my sleep. The sugar bomb of ice cream for me is almost as bad as drinking caffeine at night. Like it's just, I've had so many Sundays where you want to have ice cream at night and then I eat it and it's too late. And then I'm trying to go to sleep and my heart is racing. And it's because I ate that stupid ice cream that I didn't even want.
I think I'm just immune to it.
You might
it doesn't affect me at all. Like,
but I know it does for me.
Yeah, I know.
So you kept at like, oh, let me know if you want me to pick something up on the way home. I'll be home
trying
before
to be
you.
nice,
and then I get home and you're like, are we going to have any ice cream? I'm like, no, it's too late. It was already like, I think I taught that night too.
Yeah, you taught at 5 p.m.
Yeah. So I taught an upper body workout that night. So I knew, okay, I already worked out. That's already going to make it harder for me to go to sleep early. And then I didn't have the ice cream. But anyway, so I didn't have any. And then the next morning, I wake up and my Oura ring, I had a crown for my readiness. I had a crown for my sleep score. And I taught at 7 and my heart rate was just on point. Like I could push myself. I felt like the effort that was being reflected in the my zone matched exactly how I felt. Like I was at, 83% of my max heart rate. It felt like that because sometimes, and we know this, like if you don't eat the greatest, you feel like you're giving like an 85% max heart rate effort, but you look at the my zone and you're at like 62 because you just don't have it in you. Like your body's just like, what do you want from me? You fed me ice cream yesterday. I have nothing. That's gone. Like I already used that. It's gone. You gave me nothing to work with. And I ended that 30 minutes. Our 7 a.m. class is an express class. And I ended the 30-minute class with what we call MEPS, which is my zone effort points. It just attaches points to your heart rate percentages. And I ended that 30-minute workout with the same number of MEPS that I normally get in a 45-minute workout. And it's because I didn't eat that ice cream the night before. Like it made my ability to get that good workout in the morning.
Yep.
Because if I had had that ice cream, my readiness score wouldn't have been as high. My sleep score wouldn't have been as high. I wouldn't have been as ready to like just hit it hard and work out in that kickboxing class in like 80-some%.
So it's just an example of how nutrition ties in to
your performance in that cardio while you're doing cardio.
Right.
So that's how cardio and nutrition play together.
Well, let's get into the second component, which is strength training, right? So cardio is going to it's going to help like our heart, our lungs, our endurance, those types of things. So strength training in our eyes is more important than the cardiovascular.
Strength training is more important because just like with nutrition, we tell people nobody's accidentally eating enough protein. Like there's a lot of ways you can accidentally get cardio in. Like you can get cardio in by
by you doing your job, like walking around. Yes.
Like there are ways you're still working your heart. You're still getting your heart rate elevated if you live in, or if you work somewhere and you take the stairs instead of the elevator. Like you can do what they call like cardio snacks, where you could do like 10 minutes of cardio a day, multiple times in a day, and get the really good heart benefits from that. You could go on a 10-minute walk after a meal. It's immediately going to impact your blood sugar from that meal, like in a good way. But strength training, like it's really hard to accidentally max out your muscles, push your muscles to a way that's going to help it become stronger as we age, because strength training is constantly an uphill battle as we get older, because you are losing strength and you're losing the ability to build muscle year by year by year. Every year you get older. At the same time, we're also like entering those times in our lives where we're just not exercising as much.
Right.
So you're not going to accidentally do bicep curls in your day. Like you're not accidentally going to hit muscle failure in your biceps, your shoulders, maybe your quads. Like, maybe you could hit.
If you're like a mover or something,
Yeah.
you're doing like,
well, yeah, if you have a physical job, you're working your muscles. But that's why strength training like is the most important, that you have a plan for strength training. Cardio, you could go to any gym and you could be like, okay, today's cardio. You'd have 100 options and you could
get on
it
a
in.
treadmill, you
Right.
can get on an elliptical,
Yeah.
you can get on a rowing machine.
You don't have
could
to
just,
have a plan.
Yeah,
You
you
can
could
just kind of do whatever you feel like.
You could walk for an hour.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
But strength training, you need to have a plan. If you walk into a gym and you're like, okay, I'm going to strength train today with no plan, like, what's that going to look like?
It's not going to look well.
Right? You're going to do
Maybe get a couple reps in,
couple squats,
biceps.
Right. That's when you work the glamour muscles,
Mhm.
right? The biceps, the quads, maybe the quads, I don't know, shoulders. But strength training is so important for longevity, which we've talked about. So strength training is what's going to help you be able to get in and out of a chair, in and out of your car as we get older, down on the floor and back up. I know Friday when Katie was moving, we didn't talk about this. We didn't talk about how when we moved Katie in, and you did a great job helping with that. But then when it was time to put everything together, you went home and took a nap.
Oh, I did. Because
Meanwhile,
that's what I do.
spent the next 2 hours sitting on the floor, putting together her couch, putting together her end tables, putting together her dresser.
So what does this have to do with strength
Because I had
training?
to sit on the floor and do all of that.
Uh-huh.
And like, you're sitting on the floor, you're twisting, you're turning, you're reaching. And I have a bad back. And so by the end, like, my back was hurting. Like, I taught that same exact class Friday night that I taught Friday morning at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., whatever class, at 5 p.m. And I could not get my heart rate up because my back was really shot. But I have a bad back. But then I was also thinking, how bad would this, I wouldn't have even been able to do it if I didn't already have like core strength and like knowing how to move my body, but I still have limitations because I have arthritis in my spine and I have a herniated disc that, I have to be careful with. So that's why it made me think of that, because that's why strength training is important, because sometimes you have to sit on the floor. Not everybody. Sometimes you get to go home and take a nap, but sometimes you have to sit on the floor and put stuff together for your kids for hours and hours on end. I also had to install her bidet, which required me to lay down on the floor and contort myself and do all this stuff. So I was able to do that because I do strength training.
Yeah,
where were you at? Your wife was doing plumbing and putting together
Yes.
furniture.
Yes.
That's how it goes in our relationship, right? Like if like she's replaced the faucet before. Like, I don't know how to do that. It's funny because Katie looked at me and she's like, Dad, could you know how to put the bidet in? I'm like, no, that's something your mom does.
Oh, so wait, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So she's like, if there's a drawer broken,
always
Katie's gonna call Nicole,
yes,
not you.
100%. I can't even believe the only reason she asked, have we talked about the bidet? We're getting way off, but Jeff is obsessed with the bidet. So the only reason she said that was because she knows how important it is for him. But I've also installed we've had 2 so far, and I've installed both of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
now 3.
You don't want me digging into your water pipes. That's
real
not
simple,
good.
Jeff. There's a knob. Let's turn the water off completely.
Not that hard.
Then
I know.
You don't even have to worry about it.
It's really not that difficult, but shh, don't tell him. Let him think that I'm amazing.
That's all blue collar stuff, though. I will say, for anybody who's like, oh, that's just it, just watch a YouTube video.
100%.
You'll be amazed how easy 99%
read the directions and watch YouTube videos if all else fails. But anyway, so that's why strength training is important. Strength training is important for the functional part of your life, the functional movements. The other thing that's important for strength training is that it, strength training puts a strain on your muscles, your joints, your tendons, and your ligaments. And then that recovery is what helps them come back stronger. So the extreme example, that's how our body works. Like, it gets better under stress. Like an example of when you break a bone, well, that healed part of your bone, it actually comes back stronger in a lot of cases because your body is working overtime to heal that broken side. I'm not recommending. They're right. Yeah. So I'm not recommending that you go break bones just to prove a point, but like, that's what our body's designed to do. It's designed to help build you back up stronger. But it doesn't do that if you're not putting the,
strain
work
on,
in. Yeah. Right. Yes. And so that's why strength training, and that's what I love about Farrell's, And I love that most of our, probably 60% of our strength training is with resistance bands, which is so beneficial.
Probably 80%.
Depends on the instructor and the workout, but because we have dumbbells too, and body weight. We do body weight stuff. But the great thing about the resistance bands, and as far as longevity goes, like obviously I wouldn't have someone, if they want to go into Olympic weightlifting, I wouldn't be like, here's some bands.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Right.
And that's what we preps
And that's
like.
fine. That's a good goal to have too. If your goal is to like do all, get all these 1 rep maxes and stuff like that, that's a perfectly fine goal. But if you're looking for longevity, that's what I like about the resistance bands, because they really do help strengthen your joints and your ligaments and tendons too. So as long as you start slow, you don't try to do too much too soon. So that's where the strength training kind of comes in. It's like the functional movement of your body and how well you want to be able to do that for how long.
Well, and kind of the stronger you are, the better shape you are. When, naturally as you get older, people have hip replacement surgeries and shoulder replacement surgeries, and the more muscle mass you have and the better shape you're in, the quicker your recovery is going to be too. Whether if you're just a sedentary person and you're, you don't have that strength, it's going to be a longer time to recover.
And, Mark has said it so many times. Mark Onweiler said, he wants to be ready, and we've seen it. We have a friend that was a police officer, and he was in the best shape of his life, and he got shot on the job, and he is in a wheelchair now. He ended up being paralyzed, but throughout his whole recovery, the doctors kept saying that if he hadn't been in the shape that he was, he wouldn't have even made it out of his first surgery. It was because he was in such great shape. It was because they were able to, access the parts of his body that they needed to when they did the surgery, because he was, he wasn't overweight, and they were able to, and then his recovery was so much better because he was in great shape. So that's obviously an extremely, far end of the spectrum. But I just remember that really sticking out to me, because when that happened, we weren't even exercising yet. In fact, we started Farrell's because his wife, my friend, she needed kind of an outlet for that that had to have happened. So that stuck with me, though, that they said he would never have even made it through the first surgery if he hadn't already been in shape. So
we may have had a Bowflex in the house, but it wasn't.
No, because we lived in our house.
That's
I don't
true.
think we ever had a Bowflex in the house.
Yeah,
those were only in apartments. We had already bought and sold 2 Bowflexes.
We did buy and sell 2. All right. Well, with that, we're going to take a break. We'll hit nutrition of that third component here when we get back. So stay with us on 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Grandma and Grandpa, Mom and Dad, then the kids, and now the grandkids. Judson Irrigation has provided lawn sprinkler system design, installation, repair, and service to 4 generations. They're just like members of the family. Loyalty, trust, service. It's what you deserve and expect from Judson Irrigation.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital. Your pet, their passion. For happier, healthier, furry friends. Make sure you tune in every Saturday from 11 to 12 for all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman. Learn how the game of youth football has grown in and around the capital city with coaches, athletic directors, and league commissioners telling you all about it. It's all things youth football with Tank Perry and Jim Sandman every Saturday from 11 to noon right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a place to relax and unwind after a long week? Grotto Bar and Lounge is the perfect spot to enjoy a full menu and in-house DJs on Friday and Saturday nights. If you're wanting to start your Saturday or Sunday off the right way, stop by for brunch starting at 9 a.m. Don't forget, Grotto offers a full catering service as well for those graduation parties, birthday celebrations, and weekend family get-togethers. Give Grotto Bar and Lounge a call today at 402-261-3019 or visit them in person at 70th and A in the Clock Tower Shopping Center.
Shopping for new flooring is different today. Getting your questions answered, making the right selection, getting the best value, and installed quickly and professionally. Visit ostreetcarpet.com or shop our store. We'll answer all your questions and help you make the right choice. You'll be enjoying your new floor in just days for less than you'd pay elsewhere. Carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, tile, and area rugs. We've got it all. O Street Carpet. 1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
Is it time to replace your home comfort system? Call Bryant and save money in every way. Bryant provides you with solutions that save. Save big immediately with attractive rebates, and save every day with lower operating costs. Most important though, the systems are selected to fit you. The right system, priced right, properly installed. That's the way Bryant works for you. How much can you save? Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing for a free estimate. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play. Because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back to the Fitness Fanatics. So this last segment, we were talking cardio, the importance of it, the pitfalls, mistakes people make. We didn't really talk about mistakes in strength training, which we should do real quick. And we see this every single time people start strength training. We're going to use Sean Erickson as an example.
Not make people special when this happens.
Let's use Sean Erickson as the example. Remember when he started?
Oh, yeah.
And our first day it's funny because anytime somebody comes in and we're talking about strength training or resistance bands, I'm like, okay, he just had this with a couple that tried class out.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about too, and I did the same thing.
Right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know.
We're like, okay, it goes yellow to purple, right? And it's leg day. And every guy, what do? Oh, no, I'm not using yellow.
Or green.
We want the purple instantly. The purples, the blues, the reds.
Yeah.
And, Sean was the same way on leg day. He's grabbing heavy bands, not listening to what we told him. And, you get in there and you're doing squats. Oh, this is easy. And you're like, oh, and then all of a sudden you are just so sore.
Yeah.
You can't. So then the funny thing with Sean is had to go out of town over the weekend and he wanted to borrow some bands. So he took one yellow band. Nicole's like,
he learned.
This is all you need. And he's like, that's where we're at right now. So you go from day one, using blues for squats. And, it's like, because us as instructors are like, we know what's coming. Like, that's why we recommend to use certain color bands when you first start. And I tell people, like, you're going to band up faster for lowers than you are for uppers.
Yeah.
Because our legs are strong. Like, we know
and
that
you're not stretching the band as much.
Right.
Like, because that's the other thing with resistance bands. The farther you stretch the band, the more resistance you get from that band. So obviously when you're stretching the band for a shoulder press, you're increasing that resistance exponentially so much more than when you're holding it at your shoulder level and
doing a
just
squat.
doing a squat.
And then you also got wingspan and legs, so everyone's going to be a little bit different.
Yes. Tall people, I'll do a tricep extension with a band and I can use like a blue. But then we'll have really tall people that are struggling.
Like Hizzlebear on the text line.
Yes.
He's super tall.
So tall.
In fact, he hit his head after I did his body comp.
You got to tell people,
See,
watch
like
your
that
head.
6'7" guy.
Yes.
He's really super tall.
So obviously him doing a shoulder press and me doing the shoulder press with the same band is going to be a very different experience.
When it's a foot difference.
Right. So over a foot difference.
Yeah.
So when we do overhead tricep press or extension with the long band, I can use one, but I'm not stretching the band as much as anyone else. So I'm like, don't be impressed. This is just what I have to use to feel it. But so just like cardio, doing too much too soon for strength training. Again, even if you've and this is true if you go from doing something like maybe you've even like Dave Meyer, who was in a couple weeks ago, him and Megan on the show, he came into Farrell's with strength training experience. Like he was actively lifting at home. And then he came in to do Farrell's. And even if you are actively doing something, when you're switching to do something different, you still need to take a step back. Like it's going to humble you. So you might as well just go into it humble. Like, do you want to be humble or do you want to be humbled? Like, just come into it humble. I'd rather have you do, a little bit less than you're able to start. So then you have a lot of room to improve than instead of like trying to do too much too soon. And I'm sure Dave did the same thing. And he's done a really good job of like, I even just talked to him a couple weeks ago. He took what's called a deload week. So he stopped lifting at home. He really only focused on moderate strength training. And he was amazed about how much better his recovery is. And I'm like, well, yeah, when you're overtraining, our bodies will adapt, but you kind of need to give your body a break too, so that you can come back even stronger.
Right.
So doing too much too soon, cardio or strength training, huge pitfall. The other one with strength training is not having a plan. Like you can't just train the muscles that you want to look good, because that's just not, if you just train biceps, shoulders, and back because that's what you want to build muscle, that's what you want to look good. You're risking overuse injuries, you're risking muscle imbalances. So you really kind of have to think about working opposite muscle groups. So if you're working your biceps, also working your triceps, chest, back, hamstrings, quads, like you really need to be more balanced than just only doing the things that you want to see the results.
Especially if you're trying to make certain muscles pop.
Yeah.
Because I've never understood that. Because like you think, I mean, your body's all in one thing of skin. So it's gonna, if you work out your whole body, you're gonna fill out your own body a little bit more, and it's all gonna look better.
Well, and like when you're working your triceps, like if your goal is to build your biceps, and you completely ignore your triceps, as you start increasing the load on that bicep, your tricep is taking over. You have to work your bicep at the bottom, so
start hunching over.
Yeah,
we
right.
Had some
so it's like you might as
that.
well balance it out and be stronger everywhere. So I think that's the other big pitfall, is like not having a plan, which is my favorite part about Farrell's is I don't have to think about it, or our members don't have to think about it. They just show up and they know it's Tuesday. Okay, I'm going to leave and I'm going to have worked my quads, my hamstrings, my glutes, inners, outers, and abs. in 45 minutes, 30 to 45 minutes, and I don't have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then same thing with Thursdays. Thursdays, I know we're going to hit shoulders, back, chest, biceps, triceps, maybe abs, and you'll be done. You don't have to think about it.
Yep.
So if you're a beginner and you're like, I don't even know where to start, that's a great way to start.
Yep. Great way to start is to have somebody tell you how to do it.
Yep.
And show you what to do it.
Also stretch. That's a big, especially if you never
Stretching
work out.
is so important.
Because I pulled something, I think it was like day 2, my right leg, because
it was
I
probably
wasn't
a
drinking
strain.
enough water. Yeah, it wasn't like a full
Strained
pull,
a muscle.
but I
Yeah.
strained it and I felt it right away. Because
Yeah.
I just started going, 9 out of 10, and I was like, oh, okay.
Right.
And then I had to. It wasn't that bad, but I couldn't kick nearly as
Yeah.
much with that leg, and I had to slow down.
Yep. Stretching is important.
Resistance bands are probably good at that too.
It
Getting
is.
all your joints really nice,
That's-
especially if you
yes.
start off small and you build up.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like if you're starting slow on resistance bands, you're also slowly building up those ligaments and tendons, like strengthening those too, getting them used to the increased load.
Mhm.
Even if you have done these movement patterns in the past, but again, your body's ability might not be at the same level as your mind's knowledge,
Right.
your mind's ability. So
And most people, when they start with us, or when you're starting something new, I mean, like, well, for our program, most people haven't been working out. Like,
Yeah.
they're not just rolling in from another gym somewhere. It is, I've tried things, I haven't worked out for 4 or 5 years. So, we want to get them in there slower. That's why we encourage to start lighter.
Yeah.
Because, like you say, at orientation, you're not going to win $1,000, or you're not going to not win $1,000 because you're using a yellow band on day 1.
right. Yeah.
Like, that's not going to affect
Nobody's
the
getting
outcome.
all of their results in
Right.
the first week or the
Right.
first 2 weeks. It's the continuation. So if
Right.
you can start slower, but then really ramp it up
Mhm.
as week to week to week. But if you start, start at level 1, you have so much room to hit that level 10. If you come in day 1 and you try to start at level 7, you're really kind of like leaving a lot, to what's
You're
going
going
to
to
happen.
start at level 7. You're going to go down to level 4.
Right.
By
I
the
know.
end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have to build yourself back up. So
Especially if you're on the more out of shape, and if it's just been a while. I mean, you guys probably agree reps is probably a lot more important than anything.
yeah, yes. Time under tension is the most important thing when it comes to muscle strength, building muscle strength. Doesn't matter how many reps you get in. It's really more about the amount of time that you're putting that load on those muscles.
So that's why you guys do the lovely when you're doing those tricep, the
Yeah.
pause.
Yep.
Or no, what are you, lateral?
The ISO sets, we call them, where
Yeah,
you're
I can't-
holding.
Yeah,
for
you do
like
the
8
one where
counts.
it's brutal, where
Yeah.
you have them pause.
Yeah.
That was
You
always the one that
hold
got
for
me.
8 seconds,
Yep.
and then you go to like
Time under
medium,
tension.
hold.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
that's
go,
the one I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hold. Yes.
So,
yes.
and ISO sets, they're such a functional movement because that is so not behind the head press. We don't necessarily use our triceps that way in that movement. But like if you think of biceps or shoulders, you need to be able to have strength in isolation to carry things.
Mhm.
That is what an ISO
carry
set
your
is.
kids, carry
Right.
your grandkids.
Yes. Like it helps build muscle endurance. It helps strengthen those ligaments and tendons. It builds muscle strength. So it's, it's part of the process.
Like, we remember the commercial around Christmas time where the old guy is like practicing bending. He's like lifting up heavy bags and for over and over
yeah.
and over. Right. You're like, well, what's he doing this for? To lift his grandson up to put the star on the tree.
Yep.
Right. So that's
Facts.
the functional fitness that he was working on.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about nutrition, how all that ties into.
Should we go to break and then talk about it when we get back?
We can do a long segment.
Okay.
All right, yeah, let's go to break, and
Yeah.
then we'll tie it all here
Okay.
for our last segment of the show. So stay with us. 93.7 The Ticket, the Fitness Fanatics.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hey, what are you talking about over there? Huh? I said, what are you talking about?
You know, Bill, I think it's time for both of us to get our hearing checked. We should head over to Christensen Hearing Analytics.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about them. They offer a free hearing consultation and screening, affordable hearing aid prices, and a knowledgeable staff with over 30 years of experience.
Visit Christensen Hearing Analytics today in Williamsburg Village or give them a call at 402-489-3450. Christensen Hearing Analytics. A better life starts with better hearing.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's $5.99 barbecue time. Hurry to Hog Wild for a complete barbecue meal that's only $5.99. Get a one-meat sandwich loaded with our award-winning barbecue, plus your choice of a classic side and drink for just $5.99. Upgrade your sandwich to beef brisket for just $1 more. Join us for lunch or dinner in Lincoln at 3210 Cornhusker Highway. Order online at GoHogWild.com.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Have you been injured in an accident and don't know where to turn? Do you need a lawyer you can trust to handle your case with professionalism and compassion? The attorneys at Liberty Law understand that a call to an attorney is a call for help. If you've been injured, we want to help you. Liberty Law's experienced attorneys are committed to the pursuit of justice for those injured. Contact us for a free consultation by calling 877-42-LIBERTY. Call Liberty Law and find out how we can help get you the compensation you deserve. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. Liberty Law Group. Trial attorneys you can trust.
Are you a skilled mechanic looking for your next opportunity? Nebco is hiring. They're looking for experienced mechanics to join our family-owned team. They offer competitive wages, great benefits, service trucks, OEM-level diagnostic software, and career growth opportunities. Apply today at nebco.com. Positions include lead and A-level mechanics for the Nebco shop. Learn more at nebco.com. If you're driven and ready to grow with a company that's been around since 1908, apply today at nebco.com.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
On the Block with Eric Strickland, Jay Foreman, and Austin Orman.
The goal for those coming on the road, let's go get that first. And then here's what'll happen. There'll be you'll kind of be lackadaisical. Instead of keeping that energy, why not instead of keeping that energy, you'll probably see just a little bit more ease of play, because in the psyche, we did what we came to do.
Every weekday from 3 to 5 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Now back to Fitness Fanatics on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment here on the Fitness Fanatics. We're going to hit up nutrition here a little bit, talk about how this all ties together. One of the things we tell our
hit on it a little bit, but
one of the things we tell our members is, well, I tell a lot of people, I just did a kind of a health fair last week, and I'm like, we're talking about cardio and strength training, and there's so many places you can go in Lincoln and get a good cardio workout. So many places you go get a good strength training workout, and all that's great. But without this third thing, none of that matters.
And I think that's why people jump from program to program to program. They jump from gym to gym to gym because they think that signing up for the gym membership, showing up to the gym every day is going to get them the body that they want.
I can tell you from 1,000% personal experience, we work out every day. Maybe not some Sundays, Monday through Saturday.
I do. I mean, I'll have to do something today.
Well, we might go on a walk or something, but like,
we're going to do our bike ride on the trainer, remember?
We'll see.
While we're watching TV.
But anyway, it all goes to nutrition.
Yeah.
And
we can't eat whatever we want.
Eating with a purpose.
And we exercise every day, sometimes multiple times a day when we have to teach multiple times.
Usually multiple times a day.
Well, yeah.
So it's all ties in. So how does the nutrition tie? We kind of touched on it briefly. We were talking about the cardio and the strength training part of it. But so let's get into that a little bit more deeper here.
Yeah, just to kind of recap, like the nutrition is a part of all of it. It's like a huge part of it, where if you don't have that piece, your recovery is not going to be optimal from your strength training, and you can risk injuries because you're not giving your body. I always tell almost every time I teach a strength training class, I always tell people to make sure, we just spent 30 to 45 minutes breaking down your muscles. So now you need to give your muscles high quality building materials is what I say. So go get some, make sure you're getting high quality protein in, high quality building materials, because that is literally what your body's going to do with that protein, is help rebuild the muscles that you just spent time breaking down. We don't get stronger in the gym. We get weaker in the gym. The gym is what weakens us. And then it's our recovery that helps get us stronger.
Right.
So that's the big part of the nutrition with the strength training. Making sure you're getting enough protein is going to help rebuild those muscles that you're breaking down. And then same thing with nutrition on the cardio side. Eating high quality carbs is going to help. Carbs are going to help with the cardio, making sure you have enough energy in the cardio. It's kind of that shorter term, but also carbs are also fruits and vegetables, and fruits and vegetables are where we're getting all of our micronutrients. That's where you're getting your vitamin A, vitamin C, just all the,
I think sometimes we forget that fruits and vegetables are carbs. Like when you say,
that's my favorite carb.
Most people though, when you say, we're like, okay, 40% of your calories are from carbohydrates. So you need to eat 180 grams of carbs. Everybody thinks like, oh, it's bread.
I can't eat that much.
That's what that's when you hear carb.
That's what I think. Yeah.
You think bread.
I think
crackers.
I can't eat bread.
Right.
But there's so much more than that.
Yeah.
Like the fruits, and like one apple is a serving of carbs.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, so if you had
apples, berries, starchy vegetables,
spinach,
potatoes. Well, spinach isn't really a carb.
No, there's not a lot of stuff in there.
No. But that's where, the protein, getting enough protein is the building blocks. And then everything else is kind of the micronutrients and the energy that you need for cardio. And so I think that's another common mistake that people make, is they go all in, they go 100% in on their workouts, but then they pull back on the volume of food that they're eating. So you ramp up your exercise, but then you downgrade your nutrition. So you're going from, and most people, like if you want to start losing weight and you don't know how many calories you're eating on an average day right now, like when you're not trying to lose weight, then you have no idea where to start as far as what you need to do to lose weight. And so for the most people, they're going to think,
just don't eat.
Right. I'm just going to cut back. I'm going to skip meals. I'm going to only eat salads for lunch. I'm going to skip breakfast. I'm going to eat a salad for lunch. And then, at dinner time, I'll have chicken and broccoli or whatever.
Mhm.
But the reality is you probably don't need to, you would probably eat a lot of things that you think you can't eat and still be in that calorie deficit to help you lose weight, but also at the same time, supporting your muscle recovery and supporting your cardio, capability.
That's why there's, some programs that say don't exercise.
Right. That is a
Anything
huge
that
red
tells
flag as
you
far as I'm
don't
concerned.
exercise
Yeah.
is not good.
It's a red flag. That's for sure. That means that you're going to be starving yourself. And that's maybe in the short term, that's fine. If you have, again, something that you want to lose weight for, you can do that in the short term, but you also have to have an exit strategy. So you
Mhm.
have to have a strategy where you're like, okay, I'm going to cut back for the next however many X amount of weeks, but then have that understanding that you can only do that for so long before your body starts to down regulate every process that it does in its body to try to conserve energy.
Right.
So that's why a lot of times the people who participated in Biggest Loser 5-10 years later have gained back all the weight they lost and more.
Even quicker than that.
And yeah, even quicker. But almost
Mhm.
every contestant who's been on the Biggest Loser that has regained the weight, they've also regained more weight because they lost weight so quickly that they lost a ton of muscle mass. And then they started adding body fat back in with 30% less muscle that they had
Mhm.
before, which is such a huge hit to your metabolism.
Yep.
So I think one of the common misconceptions that people have, like that fat shaming that happens in the world, or fat phobia, a lot of times people who are overweight are told that they're lazy. But the reality is you have to be very strong to be overweight. Like to be carrying extra weight all the time. A lot of times when we see people do an in-body and they have 50, 75, 100 pounds that they can lose, when they do the in-body, their muscle mass is also off the charts.
It is, yeah.
Right. You have a ton of muscle because everything that you do in that larger body is more difficult, which is
Mhm.
the opposite of being lazy. Like someone who weighs 110 pounds and can do everything in their life with ease, calling someone who is 110 pounds overweight lazy is just insane because they have no idea the amount of effort it takes to just move that larger body. So when you start to lose weight and you lose weight too quickly, then you lose that, fat burning muscle, and then you gain body fat in its place. You're
Yep.
going to definitely do some metabolic damage. So that's why losing weight quickly can be kind of a red flag. It can be something that you need to be like, maybe I should be eating more. Maybe I can have better long-term results if I eat a little bit more and I'm able to work out a little bit harder and I'm able to recover faster. So in the same 10-week, 12, 15, 25-week period, I might lose the same amount of weight, but I'm
Mhm.
going to be a stronger and healthier version of myself.
Yeah. So think about those things. Like, don't think about 2 months from now. Think about 5 years from now, 10
Right.
years from now. Everything we're doing today is going to affect the future. And I know it's like, well, I was talking to AD about this, and he was like, talking about saving money. And he was like, if I would have, started saving money when I was in my 20s
Yeah, it's the same concept
versus
for
waiting
sure.
to start to exercise when you're in your 50s, like there's been a lot of damage that's been done already.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't mean you can't start because you
Right.
can always start somewhere. And we're here to help you. So again, if
Yeah.
you have any questions for us, please reach out.
I do have one more thing to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
But now I might have forgotten it. Oh yeah. I was going to say, because, our program, the intro to our program is a 10-week program.
Mhm.
And sometimes you could say, someone listening could be like, okay, you're saying all this stuff, but then you promote a 10-week session every 4 weeks. But the reality is, yes, the 10-week session is an intro to our program.
Right.
But we also have people on the mat that have been doing this program for,
15
now.
years.
Right.
since
We
it's
have
been in
people
Lincoln.
right now we've had people who've been doing the program since the last 10-week session. They're
Mhm.
on their week 18, 19. We have people who are on year 2, year 5, year 10. I've been doing it for 18 years. Like, our program is still designed for longevity. We
Mhm.
just know that 10-week jumpstart is something that is helpful for people to get started.
Yeah, it's helpful because there's a starting point and an ending point initially, right? So over those 10 weeks, like
You're
if you
building
just say,
habits.
okay, I'm going to start working out, and there's no plan. At least this gives you a plan for 10 weeks, and 10 weeks is a long time.
It is.
That's why people quit the 10-week challenge
Yep.
and they don't finish.
Accountability too,
because it's hard.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
if you
it gives
can,
you accountability.
yeah, it
in
gives
that
you
time.
accountability, and it's just if you just look at it just for 10 weeks, that's all you're going to commit to, and
See
like,
how you feel after 10 weeks, and if you are doing everything that we talked about today, the cardio, the strength training, the nutrition to support your recovery, to support that longevity, then by the end of the 10 weeks, you're like, well, I can't stop now. Why would I want to stop now?
Yep.
Like,
if you find something that works for you,
yeah,
keep doing it.
and that's what we hear time and time again when we have our members on. They're
Yep.
just like, Carrie Foote was a great example. She's like, I don't want to go back to that person that couldn't,
Mhm.
stand up off the couch. So,
All right, everybody. Appreciate you listening today. Hope you have a
Mhm.
great Memorial Day weekend. Husker softball, 1 p.m., Husker baseball, 2 p.m. So enjoy the day, spend time with some family, and we'll see you next week.